Hi, in this class, one of our goals is to assess your learning style and its impact on how you learn. In this video, I will talk briefly about why should we study learning styles, and we'll talk about various learning theorists, and then we'll talk mostly about Kolb. Let me go back right now to why study learning styles. If you think about it, there are several reasons why this is beneficial. First, it'll help you better understand yourself and how to be more efficient in your learning. It can help you identify what you should do to learn better. Should you read more? Should you research more? Should you talk about your learning with others? Should you do an experiment with your learning? This will basically tell you how you learn, and you'll find out more as you do the Kolb study within your learning team. Another reason to study learning styles is to understand where others are coming from. And you'll discover that as you go through the learning style inventory with your learning team. And understanding where others come from will help you to better work with others in making decisions and in working in teams. Let's go ahead and look at various learning theorists, and then we'll look a little more in detail at Kolb. In this Mindomo website, I have set out mind mapping, and I've shown you learning styles. Bloom is one learning style we might talk more about. Gardner poses other learning styles. Let's look at his. In brief, his learning styles are the multiple intelligences. Maybe you're a person who thinks logically or mathematically. Maybe you have a spatial intelligence where you can really see how spaces work together, putting pieces of a puzzle together possibly. Your learning style might be linguistic, which means you write well and speak well. Maybe it's bodily kinesthetic, you learn by doing. You might be athletic, and you can see the list goes on. Let's go ahead and land over here on Kolb. And Kolb has some various learning styles that he has identified that you'll be working with in your team. Kolb has identified the learning quadrants, and we'll talk about that next week. But right now I want to talk about what he has identified as 4 types of learners. And you might recognize in your studies of personalities that there are usually 4 types of personalities or 4 types of thinkers. So this just goes along with that model. You might be an accommodating learner. You might be a diverging learner. You might be a converging learner or assimilating learner. Now, some of this information at the top we'll come back to next week, but I want to take you from Kolb down to the learning style. There are 4 learning styles. They're not fitting on my screen, but I will scroll over to them in a moment. You might be an assimilating style of a learner. This means you may prefer lectures, readings, exploring analytical models, and having time to think through things on your own. This is your teacher. I am this type of a learner. Maybe you have an accommodating style of learning. You may prefer, let me see if I can get my screen over, if you'll accommodate me. You may prefer to work with others to get assignments done, to set goals, to do fieldwork, and to test out different approaches to completing a project. If you're a converging style of a learner, you prefer experimenting with new ideas, simulations, laboratory assignments, and practical applications. Or you might be a diverging style of a learner. This type of a learner prefers working in groups to gather information. This learner prefers listening with an open mind and receiving personalized feedback. You will find in week 2 of Moodle that you will work with your learning team to complete the learning style inventory and then prepare your learning team presentation. Thank you. I look forward to hearing what you have found out about your learning style and your teammates' learning styles.